Hello, Miss and classmates. We going to discuss about the CO2 reduction. Uh, my parents explained about CO2 reduction and continues. We going to different questions. Uh, First question, what do you think about pollution in the world?
Hi, Miss. About this question, I think that the CO2 pollution is the most important effect in the world. The contamination that CO2 causes is very expensive and affects all the world. There are many methods that we are explaining in the video, and these methods can be natural and other forms. The CO2 reduction is very important for have an environment more healthy, and in the future we can use this method for reduce CO2 by because this help us to live more and, and improve our lives.
I think that the pollution is the destruction, the different animals and plants, and contamination the environment. So in the house, for example, with the for example, when the person cooks the food in the use the fire.
Okay, I think that pollution in the world is a serious problem because this pollution destroys the environment and the different types of the tree and animals. The more animals this in the world don't have a place for the life. More people think that this problem don't need provide for the humans, but the reality is that this is. Other opinion for our
The pollution is a consequence of bad practice for to the planet because it is caused by the companies, destruction of environment, etc.
the different industrial pollution the environment, but the principal problem, what do you think that is?
The
The principal problem is this gas, the CO2.
Okay, in the next question, explain that this CO2. What is the CO2? Do you know what is the CO2?
the CO2 is a gas. Is a gas that this gas is in the environment and in the atmosphere. I don't know.
What is the production that CO2? What is the product that production that gas CO2?
The gas is production of cars and companies or aerosols.
Yeah, but the motor, premium motor is used the fossil soil that the automobiles, the different technologies that use the fossil soil produce the CO2. That this gas destroy the atmosphere. But I don't know what is the difference production that CO2 in the atmosphere. Do you know that?
The CO2
Carbon and nitrogen.
Yes, the destruction, the separation of the particle of the nitrous, the oxygen, the molecular too.
Destruction.
Yeah, don't is destruction. The separate this particle, but this the problem, the production toxic gas for the humans, and occasion the space in the atmosphere that produce the storm.
The greenhouse effect.
Yes,
Greenhouse effect is the gas concentration into atmosphere.
okay.
there are sources of CO2 production. The environment, natural, for example, the plants. The plants expose the CO2 in the night.
These gas are dangerous for
Humans.
But I have a question that I understand. I know that the CO2 is produced too for humans under respiration.
Yes.
Do I agree?
The human also produce CO2. It's similar to the plants. The human is
absorb
oxygen and expels the CO2.
But the plants don't is the reverse. The plants absorb the CO2 and produce oxygen.
Yes, but in the day. But in the night, the plants there are reverse effects. Absorb, use oxygen, but
in the
for produce CO2.
What in conclusion I can use in the plant for reduce the CO2?
Yes.
Okay, but this is a next question.
Yes.
The next question is, what is the CO2 sequestration? The plant is a method for this sequestration, okay? Or
Yes,
no?
it's a natural method, but there are other methods for sequestering the CO2. What is the CO2 sequestration? Is the principal method can be natural or artificial, that we can reduce the CO2 in the environment.
Okay, the question is that what is CO2 sequestration? Not much done.
I think that the CO2 sequestration is a method for reduce the greenhouse effect, or so the CO2 and so the reduce of pollution in the environment.
Okay, for you, what is the CO2 sequestration?
Is a form of reduce the CO2 in the environment, and is benefit for this planet to the I listening one method in that the sequestrate CO2 in the ocean or in the soil.
Okay, thus in conclusion, the group is that the CO2 sequestration is the action of the give on the particle CO2 and separate or eliminate and release this molecule.
I think that the principal objective is reduce to the maximum.
Why? The CO2 is important in the life or no?
No, because it's toxicity for,
Okay, see,
for
the
us.
CO2 is toxic. The plants is a death, but the release the CO2, the plant don't can use the photosynthesis.
Yes, the plants use the oxygen for produce CO2, but the plants is a natural method that use this method for surviving the night, only in the night.
The plants don't die. The plant use CO2 for elaborate the food and energy for live.
Okay, the idea is the excessive production of the CO2 is the problem. Yes. Okay, and
Because the excessive CO2 is the problem. So for humans and plants and animals, because the evit the respiration, the
okay, the sequestration, the CO2 sequestration is a form that the animals, humans, and the plant using for avoid intoxicating the CO2.
Yes.
This is a conclusion for the youth. Okay, the next question. Rita.
Do you know methods for reduce CO2?
I know and I listen about any methods how we explained before that there are natural methods and artificial methods using machines and in the plants or other places in the country.
I think that exists different methods that is the more popular is the artificial and artificial, chemical and natural. For example, the photosynthesis and artificial chemical. For example, use the different materials.
In the other methods, I can exist some relation the accidents geographic in the continent, occur the CO2 in the soil or ocean.
Okay, what the method for reducing CO2? The after conversation explained that exists metro natura, but a new technology have more efficiency for the reduce CO2 or the natural methods is zero.
The use of machines is for reduce more the CO2.
More difficult.
It's more difficult.
But why is more difficult?
Because there are many procedures, but
The cash?
it's very expensive.
It's very expensive and have different methods, pressures,
and we
Buildings, constructions.
I have the idea that not necessarily the use of technology for reduction. It's my idea. I have the proposal that grant more trees in the more place, but the trees have the property that reduce for the absorb the CO2 for the process after mentioned.
or the soil.
But what is your opinion? The using trees or new technology for the reduce CO2?
It's more appropriate, but now all the people think this. The people have the idea that the machines can can improve every day and and win over the natural methods. This is your idea, but no
What
about
is
the work.
the problems present that technology and trade?
The technology can occasion other forms of pollution environments.
Okay, the problem the after problem. The method the result is only reduce the CO2 or can using new energy for avoid fossil soil.
Use energy.
The different energies for the avoid using the fossil fuel.
And yes, this is other natural method. But the use of these fossils is is a good idea and reduce the CO2 to the maximum. But no the world practice.
You can propose different types of the energy, or you know when different energy for avoid the use of the fossil soil.
I agree the of idea they create new energy of CO2 because that is more complication and the complicate with pollution environment and human health.
You
I think that use the different plants, for example, the the bone. Uh, we use produce energy, mm, but we dañar.
what is the idea
The
that
danger.
the dawn
Danger the environment, but the plants use produce energy, but don't use the food.
okay the different that don't produce food and use it for energy.
Energy.
The people is that needs eat food. Okay.
Yes.
I think the other method is the oxygen reduction. Is a method that reduces CO2 to the 17 and 18%. This is similar to the plants on one mountain vegetative environment, reducing in 1 year.
Okay, but
I
for
think,
okay.
I think that the other natural method, the deforestation, don't deforestation. For example, plants more trees.
Okay. What?
It's necessary more studies of things and create new methods friendly with the environment.
Yes.
Okay. What other question that? For example, do you think that uses the energy electric producing for the hydroelectric and different the electric energy producing for the fossil soil? The production the energy for fossil soil is more, but the hydraulic is small in comparison that. But in the idea that protect the environment, what do you select?
The fossil.
Why?
No.
Why select the fossil?
Because reduce more the CO2.
No, the fossil soil produces more CO2. But
Produce more CO2.
Yes, but this production the energy, this energy electric is more for the people, but producing more CO2. But the hydroelectric produce more reproduce the similar energy, don't produce CO2, but produce change in the water, in the
Well, that's more CO2. And the hydroelectric is more efficient.
but for the economy, what is the more?
Fossil. But
I create a new, no, I create a new technology or use another alternative, for example, the sun energy or solar panels.
Yes, but the problem principle is that this production of projects have or need more cash for production. For example, the panel solar, the developer can buy that this panel is more dollars.
yes.
What is the idea that people buy the fossil and buy pollution and buy? But what is the important idea in this discussion?
The people being not of cost. The people being the
The thing in the future
the,
generation or
Reduce?
money. The people don't think in the cost, okay? The idea is that the people don't, they only think in the cost, the think in the environment.
But no on the people. Many people think the cost, and it's for this reason that use other methods that is more efficient and with less cost. But I don't know of these methods.
But if you have the cash necessary for produce products on different technologies that can reduce, for example, the multimillionaire can produce that is technology. Do you think that this person can using that this cash for help the environment or for the more industries?
This type of people go to afford more effort.
No, more cash for the technology.
the people not being the cost. The people think the benefit or think of the use energy one way.
Okay, but why it's important avoid the production of CO2? Why? I'm more CO2 in the air, but why is the preoccupation this problem?
The preoccupation that the
Use more efficiently methods.
No, but what is the problem that produce the excess that in the have the CO2?
destruction of the environment.
Yeah, the sequence what is?
Help the environment.
No, that's the problem. But the destruction of the environment, what is the sequence that is? What is the problem that provoke this destruction?
When generate the environment.
I don't understand the question. But okay, the excess in the CO2 produce the destruction of the environment. Okay, but next destruction of the environment, what is the most consequential for the humans, or the animals, or the plants?
Diet.
Diet. Exactly. The destruction of the environment, the people and the animals and the plants don't can exist. But what is the principal important for the health the environment?
The principal is
Health, plants, animals, and humans.
Yes, for the life in the future generation.
Yes.
Okay. In conclusion, what is the complete the
The conclusion, we as students help the environment because is the world is our house, and in this place we're going to work and produce
Use the
produce
energy
food.
renewable.
Wait, I think that one people or all the group can explain on the idea person. For the teacher, explain for the help the environment. I don't know idea.
So, yeah. In conclusion,
Yes.
I think that we have future farmers. We should be use the more efficient methods for work in the camp, and search the best method for reduce CO2 with the use of the camp in the agronomy. The other fact is that we can use methods of agroforestry and combine many methods to help the environment and produce vegetative for consume.
We choose the best alternative for don't destruction the planet and contribute the more time for life the work.
In the conclusion, finally, it is very important stop the people the consequence of CO2 and these the form or methods but specific that they help to reduce the CO2 in the environment to avoid of pollution in the world.
Okay. The debates have the idea that people don't only think in the cash, the people that think in the help the environment, avoid the pollution. That is the idea of the new generation. Thank you for your attention.